Welcome back, everybody, to the MUTMen podcast, episode 105, and we are joined with our great guest, as always. What's going on with you, Fox? How you doing?
I'm good, Texas. How about you?
Doing good, man. It's been a interesting week.
Really? Let's hear the text message for this week.
Text message for this week. All right. So, for those that don't know, I work at a gym. The gym is the most awful and amazing place on this planet I've ever seen, like, human interaction at. Like, it's pretty amazing. So, this lady came into our job the other day, and she had this objection about this guy. He was speeding in the parking lot. She got mad, and she came in and said, "I almost shot the man." But luckily, I had my gun on me. I'm like, but what? And I told her what that had accomplished, and she just started yelling at me. So my text message is, don't yell at people who are stupid and crazy. Because she
wait. Yeah. She was yelling at you. Then
yeah,
why'd you tell her not to yell at stupid people? Are you calling yourself that way?
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right, so this is what happened, right? Dude drove off at the parking lot speeding. She came in to yell about him speeding and saying that she was going to shoot the guy if she had her gun on her. I said, what would that accomplish? And then she started yelling at me. So just don't interact with stupid people. That's all I got.
Sometimes it's hard to avoid them, especially in a job. Yeah,
it really is. Like, if you work at people or you work for people, like, you're going to be surrounded by them at all times. But that's why you quit all that and you do YouTube. And then you, too, can become the next Bengal, who's our guest today, ironically.
Wait. Before we introduce Bengal, and this is going to be a great introduction, I'm looking forward to it. I kind of want to ask you about that. So your advice to people is to quit their job and start a YouTube channel? That's contrary to what Ninja's been telling us the whole time.
All right, well, he quit his job at Twitch channel, but that's okay. That's not what. So, like, I saw a tweet today talking about people who have college degrees out here getting mad at, like, Instagram models, rappers, and YouTubers because they're making a lot more and doing a lot less in a kind of a sense of things. So if you're good at something, entertaining people, or you think you're good at something like that, you might as well give it a shot. You can always work. Like, work's always going to be there. You can always work at a McDonald's or at a Denny's or at a gym. You can always do that. So if you got the time and you don't really got any responsibilities as of yet, I would try it and see if it works for you.
Yeah, I would recommend doing them both at once. Get your money at your job, and then try and grind on your off time. Like, that's what I'm doing. And I think that way you can actually have enough funds to live and eat. Because the first, I don't know, quite a while, unless you get absolutely ridiculously lucky, you're gonna be broke as hell as a YouTuber. So.
Yeah, but you're also broke as hell as, like, a college student at times, especially if you can't get a job. So I would look into doing, like you said, doing both. But if you have, like, parents you're staying with and you don't have any bills right now, I would see if you can see what you can do. Just try to be different and do something more people aren't doing. So or be what this one site does. Have you heard of this site on YouTube called Red Fury?
No.
It's the scummiest site ever. So what they are is a compilation stream. You send them your Fortnite clip, and they live stream them 24/7.
That's not scummy.
Bruh, they're making money off other people's content. It's genius.
Well, that's what reaction channels have always been.
I know, that's amazing, but he's not even reacting. All he's doing is editing. It takes more effort, I guess, but live streaming it, getting donations, getting likes all the time, and just having you submit the clips and he gets paid for it, do that. Just find something that's like, do MLB The Show amazing plays and just live stream that for like 24 hours.
There it is. That's a glitch. All right, sorry for making Bengal wait so long. Let's get to Bengal in the MUT. Introduce him, Tex.
Bengal, what's going on, man? How you been?
Been very, very well, thank you. I've been doing well, I should say. For those who don't know me, I am Bengal, a.k.a. Ajkud Slater, former professional tennis player and ladyboy. Had to retire from Tommy John, but ready to give ping pong a shot.
So you got a pretty interesting backstory there, Bengal. Can you expand a little bit on that? So your former profession, you lost your what did you say, tennis to Tommy John? How are you getting into ping pong then? Aren't you stressing the same muscles?
I'm ready to give it a shot.
Oh, okay.
Is what I said. Yes.
Did you have to switch arms?
It's something I have to do quite often, in fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we all have to switch hit at times, right? Which brings us into what which what our podcast is about. We're gonna do a little bit of MUT and MLB, kind of like a comparison this week, kind of because with MLB coming out, kind of it being like the hot sports game out at the moment, they've got a very interesting and different type of MUT mode, an ultimate team. It's similar yet very different. So we'll break down, contrast, and compare what we like about both ones. So here's the agenda. We're going to talk through Jake's interview last week. We're going to talk about Ultimate Master Night Train Lane, Easter promo coming out. We don't know the Easter promo is now. By the time you guys hear this podcast, you will. So we're not going to talk too much about it because we are speaking out of our ass. I guess that's not too different than what we normally do.
My prediction's Lawrence Taylor.
Nice, good prediction.
Oh, yeah.
You're ahead
How
of
did
the
that come
game.
into your mind?
He's also,
It's almost like they didn't block you on Twitter.
It's almost. Because they have. I want everyone to know they have blocked me on Twitter.
yes.
Unprovoked.
They've blocked a lot of YouTubers on Twitter, haven't they?
Yeah.
Wheels is blocked.
I'm blocked. Vic's blocked. I know they unfollowed GS the other day, which is weird because he's been like super inconsistent with like what he wants to do with them.
Yeah, GS is strange because he doesn't promote coins, but he retweets people who are looking to buy and sell coins.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like just do one or the other. Don't be on the fence about it. It's an uncomfortable position to be in.
So yeah, so to finish out the agenda, we'll talk about MLB versus MUT. Bengal talking about his Madden content, and then MUT, and then like what he thinks about MUT right now, and then what they can do going forward into 19 to help like them sell MUT later into the year. And then we'll talk about competitive MLB versus competitive Madden, maybe the Ultimate Legends, and then Bengals podcast covered 2 podcasts dying because EA came and swooped up his partner, and then maybe like I said, Madden 19 wish list type stuff near the end. So, all right, let's get into the first one. Let's do Jake's podcast first, since it was kind of the big thing of last week. Bengal, I know you said you had it on your agenda to do, but you've been grinding MLB so hard, you really haven't had much time to listen to other things, but. So we talked a lot about MUT, and Texas, can I just basically hear what's your overall thoughts of the interview? Do you think we did a good job?
I think we did. I think we got a lot of questions in and some answers that people wanted to hear. I think we could have been a little bit more aggressive on certain things and pushed
Like
back
what?
a little bit more.
Like what?
An example was when I talked about with the adding rewards retroactively. He said they can't do that. They did that back in the past. They did it back in Madden 15 or 16. It might have been last year. Remember the overall challenge? Where if you were either you got a certain overall, you got like all the rewards for it.
Yeah. Maybe they just didn't want to.
I think they could have done it. I just don't. Yeah, because a lot of guys at that time had like BCA teams, like full BCA teams at 95 overall.
Yeah.
And then they sold off, and then they were like at 93 again or 92. And then all of a sudden that rolls out, and people who had 95 overall teams at that time ended up getting the rewards. So they could have done it. I just didn't press him on that like I should have. Should be like, you did do that before, but I wasn't trying to be like in the whole gotcha journalism type thing. Like I caught him lying. I was just trying to just keep it going. Like I didn't feel like trying to get bogged down on something, especially if the specifics weren't like something that people could understand.
Yeah, I'm all about that gotcha journalism. That's my favorite type of surprise journalism.
Trying to trap somebody in a box. Like,
exactly.
Put them in a corner, and then there's the box. You're boxed in.
I don't really remember the specifics of that program either. But maybe I guess we just didn't remember at that time of that stuff. And
no, I remember at the time. I didn't push back. That's
so wait,
they did do that.
What react or stop rewards did you want? What retroactive rewards did you want?
Oh, so for squads, because they have no squad objectives. There's no new overall solo objectives. There's no new head-to-head objectives or whatever. So I just wanted them to like, okay, so if somebody has a 400 squads wins, maybe y'all can like put 400 squads wins here, see who has that many wins, give them the tokens, and then people will go back and play squads if there's more things to play for. Same thing with solos. Somebody already has over 1,500 solos played, close to like 1,750. Maybe they can do 1,750 to 2,500 and give more coins for that. So and same thing with overall. Somebody has a 97, that's should be still like 15,000, 20,000 more coins in their pocket. I just wanted them to go back and retroactively reward those that have already accomplished those objectives that they didn't think people were going to get to at this point.
Oh yeah, they could easily do that, but
and them saying they couldn't do that, I'm like, I should have pushed back on that. So that was on me.
Anything else that you think we messed up besides that one very specific?
I could have. That one very isolated one. The other one, again, was with the overall. I didn't ask a good enough question about this year versus last year with the plus ones, because with the thresholds being in this game, a lot of this is very similar to kind of being like plus ones. So if a guy goes from 82 to 89 zone, that's a 7 increase, but it's not going to play any different.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, a guy would go from 88 to 89, and it's, again, not going to play any different. So I should have asked him more. I did ask him, do you like building around thresholds, but I didn't really ask him, like with the whole specifics of it still feels like a plus one if it's not going to play any different going up 7 than going up 1.
Yeah, we talked about thresholds. I don't know how much more that would have added to that content. We talked about thresholds for quite a little bit, and him designing around it. And, like, thresholds are not gameplay. That's not him. But you're right. Thresholds were kind of... We did talk about it a lot, and I don't know how much more we could have talked about, but I guess maybe, like, designing around those plus 7s being plus 1s. And I don't know. My thing, I think... Did we ask about over 100 stats or not?
No, we didn't. But
that's my one thing then that I forgot to ask about. That's what I'm disappointed about. But otherwise, I mean, it was Lord of the Rings length. Like, it was almost 3 hours long. We hit just 2 hours and 51 minutes was the podcast. We hit a ton. People asked me, "Oh, what's that coin sponsor that?" Like, so Jake brought up a program from like Madden 17. I forgot what it was. So I brought up I googled it, brought up Wheels' video, and was like looking at it, and like apparently because my desktop audio was being captured to capture Jake's voice, and I didn't realize. Oh yeah, that's right. It's also going to catch my my Google searches and the audio that's on my desktop. So I thought that was pretty funny, interesting incident. So did you believe what he said about having less content means more quality, Texas?
In theory, it makes sense, but sometimes we're not really getting that either. So, like, if you're going to be like, all right, so I'm going to put out less videos on YouTube, but I'm going to make sure the quality goes up because you have more time to work on specific videos, then obviously that's a true statement. But with EA, it seems like it's less quality in the content. I mean, less content, but, like, the quality is still subpar because of not testing stuff properly, not doing the research into what they should do. So it's still kind of the same as we were getting in years past with like the mess ups, but it's just not as much if you're not getting a lot of it.
Well, I remember in previous years, I would say you can bank on EA making one mistake a week. That was essentially what I said on this podcast. That's what I've been saying over and over. Like in previous years, one mistake a week is about what you and you just hope that it goes in the favor of the players once. So you got to take advantage of it. This year, it's been like one mistake every 3 or 4 weeks, which is less, but we're getting a lot less content. So it's almost like less content but the same quality. Bengal, what are your thoughts on? I know you're not really into MUT right now, but like, what are your thoughts on the whole less content in MUT and them trying for more quality, or do you like more content and just more and more and more?
Well, I'll say that in theory that sounds good, but I don't think it's been accomplished this year. I say every program or set or every program that they've released so far seems to be a copy and paste of the previous one, at least to me. And I would say I'm always, and I could be alone on this, I'm in favor of more content because I think that makes it more exciting. There's always something new to do, and I think it's a more enjoyable experience and so much downtime in the mode. Yeah. It's kind of what maybe has driven me away from it a bit.
No, I think you're right there with a lot of people in this community that kind of grow bored of it because of that reason. So like with that, I actually asked him about that. Did Texas? What was my word? Like, it seems like the teacher or something left the crib sheet out, and then like everybody in class just copied it, right?
Because you're saying like the teacher left the entry key out, and then everybody copied the same answers down with the promos and how they're all the same. Because they basically, only Bingo knows it or not, they each team there's different teams that are responsible for different content throughout for each promo. And so I think there was like 4 major promos, and every single one has been kind of a copy paste. And so Gut Fox was like, "Why is this the same?" And that was his analogy that he used.
But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty obvious to want more in the mode, except unless you're Texas. Texas, I still blame you for wanting less content in this game.
I wanted them to get it right. I'm more about getting it right the first time than getting it right the second time. I'm not about thanking you for making good on your mistake. And that's pretty much what I've been like preaching. Like, yo, they messed up here, so they can correct it here. And no, just get it right the first time. So if it requires them to do less content, do that. But obviously that's not the case. They still get things wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So Bengal, what do you think? And let us know in the comments what you guys thought of the Jake interview, and we'll move on from that. And basically, I my final words on it. I talked about it in a gameplay video. I'm really glad Jake came on. I'm glad that you guys gave him a majority of positive feedback from what I saw. Of course, there's people that talk about EA being greedy and stuff, and that's still true and everything. But it's so people being positive about it. It makes them want to do these podcasts more often and kind of interact with them. So I really appreciate you guys. Basically showing that kind of love to the podcast and to Jake for coming on and EA sharing their thoughts and processes with us. So, with that said, I was going to transition onto something. I forgot what it was. It was a question for Bengal. Let's just go on to let's go straight into the MUT versus. Well, let's talk about MUT being dead. Actually, I kind of want to talk about that right off the bat. So, Bengal, are you done with Madden and MUT for the year?
I want to say no, because the majority of my subscribers are there for Madden, but they're there for they're not even there for franchise. They're there for rebuilds in the title, and that's it. But for Ultimate Team, I think I am. I thought about it, and I just don't see me really playing the mode. I don't enjoy it anymore.
Why?
I don't know. It's just how you maybe grow. It's not about growing older, because I still like Ultimate Team style modes. I still love video games and things like that.
Wait, Bengal, how old are you?
I'll be 38 in the spring.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know, that's a meme in a Bengal stream. Everybody asks Bengal how old he is. So
it's not a meme. That's the correct answer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So you remember what the 90s are like?
Being born in 81, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Almost 80. I was born in 1980, but
I was gonna say,
I wasn't.
I'm 26. I was born in 81. What are you doing?
But I'm gonna be 38 in the spring. But
wait,
I was born again as a 1-year-old. I was baptized, and that's my true birth. But I was born in 1980.
I'm glad you covered the bases there. I'm glad you figured it out.
Well, I wasn't baptized out of the womb. I didn't slide out. That's not exactly how it worked. Probably it's disrespectful to my mother. But it wasn't grabbed out and then dunked under the water and baptized by Jesus. But in 1981, I don't remember it, but I remember the feeling of Jesus touching my heart. And the priest, well, we're not going to talk about that right now.
So we're not going to talk where the priest touched you after Jesus touched your heart?
Hey, you stop with that. I told you that in confidence.
Okay, so we'll move on from that confidence breaching.
Edit that out. You can't.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah. Not. So, why? So you've been in MUT since like what, 10 or something?
Since 10, I played it. I was still a franchise guy, and really a lot of head-to-head at that time. But really jumped in with both feet in Madden 13 because that was the best year for Ultimate Team. Up to that. They introduced it in 10. It was trash. 11, it was okay. 12, it was decent. And then 13, it's like it was a whole nother level. They really focused on building that mode. And it's a good thing that they did because it's obviously their most profitable mode by far. It exceeds the game sales, I would guess, by a wide margin. Yeah. So, Madden 13 was the real one that I played a ton.
So would you say that's your favorite Madden and MUT in general?
I think, for nostalgia's sake, I would say yes. Also love Madden 07 because that was the first one that I owned. I didn't, obviously being born in the 80s, I wasn't a huge video game guy.
Oh, really?
In terms of sports, because, Madden really wasn't around much.
In the 80s, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
In the Navy. Oh, you said 80s. You said Navy. Sorry.
Wasn't Madden's first year like late 80s?
Well, yeah, but I was, playing real sports then. I, didn't have time to jump into a new game on my console at that time. The Nintendo, maybe.
Yeah, it would be the Nintendo at that time. And so the East Jersey in the late 80s was never the same after you came through tearing up the little leagues and the football field, right?
I've never heard of East Jersey, but we'll say yes. Jersey? What?
I'm trying to make up your backstory, going from a professional tennis player to a ping pong player from East Jersey to West Philadelphia and back, right?
I was born and raised in West Philadelphia, but
okay.
I later moved out to California.
Okay.
Town, you may have heard of it, called Bel Air.
Huh.
With my uncle and aunt, and
Oh, weird.
yeah.
That'd be a good show. You should film
I
it.
don't know. I don't think I'm eccentric enough. We'll say.
Oh, okay. Are you good with dances? Can you do the what?
Not a big dancer. It's part of my Tommy John. I can't really move the arm.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, does this podcast kind of feel all over the place? It feels that way to me. It definitely feels weird.
That's definitely my fault.
It's
But,
like one long or short series of like short stories that's gonna all culminate at the end for one big grand design.
We'll tie it back together. Yeah. So you got
Yes.
it's one long narrative. This podcast. Wait for the end. It's gonna be tied together. It'll be like a perfect ending to a movie. It's gonna basically be a Scorsese-esque move here. So, so your favorite? Did you answer that question? What's your favorite Madden and MUT? Is 13 your favorite Madden and MUT then?
I like 25 for franchise quite a bit. I enjoyed the gameplay as well because I think the trucking was a lot of fun because you could just bowl people over.
It's like
You would run right through them. It was ridiculously overpowered. But I wasn't playing it as a real like competitive player because it was a little bit different back then because there weren't as many people really on that elite like problem level, if you will. Because he was winning the Madden Challenge every year at that time. But I could go on an Ultimate Team and I could steamroll. I think I started off the year on Madden 13 like 20-0, and it was just easy. But now, it's a little bit different because everyone is, seeing the YouTube plays online and labbing the system to see that works best for them. And I can't hang is probably what it comes down to because I don't want to do that, if you know what I mean. I'm complete the opposite of you in terms of like how you play the game.
Yeah, so do you think the game's gotten too competitive over the last few years? Like, basically, what you're talking about with Madden 25, the competitive scene kind of died off in 11-ish, kind of when the competitive series, or like after the Madden bus, and it kind of
Madden bus, what a show.
It died off in like 11-ish, and then it really kind of, they did a couple tournaments, but nothing that was too huge. They didn't even do a tournament in 15. Then they started bringing back in 16. It's really gone hard the last couple years. Do you think Madden is just gotten to like everybody just wants to win, and that's the whole idea behind MUT now?
I think that's part of the reason that FIFA is dying, according to that community as well, because they're making such a hard push for competitive, and I really don't know why. Because I think they think it's going to grow the game, but I don't know. I think they're losing the average bear.
Okay.
When they're forcing competitive so much.
I mean, it's an
Just my
interesting
opinion.
take. Yeah, no, it's a good opinion. Texas, what do you think about that opinion?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're pushing competitive because they want to be on television. Esports, like the new thing you're going to see, obviously, on TV outside of like League of Legends, and now Madden is going to be Fortnite. You're going to see all these games on the people's regular.
See, but is that going to grow a game like Madden? I feel like everyone knows Madden exists, whether they buy it or not.
But it's also trying to get people into like, oh, okay, if I can win money doing that, then they're going to go and start working on that. So it's just trying to get an audience that is not either interested or get them interested into the whole notion of possibly doing this as a career. So that's the reason why they're focusing on it. I do think in the future it could potentially harm the product because you saw what this year, the competitive players won the thresholds and they took their 20 people that were there that gave the opinion and made thresholds, and now 91 juke move, 91 or 91 spin move, like all that stuff, 91 zone. It kind of made MUT not as fun because you don't really have to have the best players to now win. You can use the same players you've been using since December, since November, because of the threshold. So it kind of, if you keep going in the direction of competitive play, I can see how it can harm the product in the future.
I think Bengal had a good point there, and it's not what I actually thought about. Like, who doesn't know about Madden? Like, pushing Madden and NFL football for competitive, like, is that going to get the word out about Madden and people want to play it? Like, Bengal, can you expand or go on, Texas?
I'm going to say, I don't think it's about that. I think it's mostly you can make money doing this because a lot of people don't think you can have a career in gaming. And so the more public that it is on television, the more you're seeing it online, the more apparent it is. You can convince your parents into, hey, what I'm doing is not just playing games. I'm trying to compete and be on that ESPN platform, winning $100,000. I think that's why they're doing it, to get people another avenue to make money.
You're saying it's a jobs program?
I think so. I think it's kind of like a recruiting program in a sense where you're trying to get people and have like, because you can't really, if you're playing for money, my mom would have killed me if I was playing Madden and I was like, yo, I can make money off this. You're lying. But if she has, I can show her proof, go to ESPN and show like these guys who are playing the game, then parents should probably be more supportive for their kids wasting their mind downstairs grinding and raging at a video game. Yeah, instead of saying, go do something more productive, go get a job, go cut some grass, go work out. Like, I'm doing something that could potentially be good for my future.
I get you. Bengal, what do you think about that?
I disagree. Mm-hmm. I have to. It's not. You make a good point. I do have to because it's what I feel, and I'm not going to pander to anyone for the sake of their feelings.
Patronize you, bro.
I'll say that, like, how many people are picking up Madden because they can make money? I don't think anyone look at Madden on TV, people competing for money. I'll definitely be able to buy the game and compete for money with the best players in the world, if you will. And for the sake of saying, hey, Mom, look at these guys playing on the TV for money on Madden, I can do it too. My mom would never have gone for that. My dad, they'd be like, no, go do something else. So, I mean, I could see how that could be the case for some people. It wouldn't be practical for me. And my family.
Yeah, I mean, there's different types of people out there. Some people see that and they get into it. I can see. I don't know how big that market is. Like, there's probably 200 people that are seriously going for competitive Madden. Maybe a bit more. Show up at tournaments, at local tournaments and stuff. Probably quite a bit more. But will that grow the game? I mean, are there a ton of people looking for that? Because here's the thing about competitive Madden. Like you say, it's all about money and getting money. EA and their motivation is also about money. So these people that are competitive players, they're playing to get money from EA. EA's using these players to try to get money from them. So there's a little bit of like, competitive players don't want to put money into this game because it takes away from their winnings. And it's the same. Although the competitive players, they do have to invest in the game to get their players on their salary cap stuff. Their ideal is to get the most money out of the game. So it's kind of like two competing forces for that same amount of money. Will EA make more money off the competitive players putting in for like packs and prize pool or packs and like salary cap teams, or will the competitive players take more money from EA through prize pools? Like, and is EA expecting to get a profit from those competitive players, both like from their pack sales and maybe sponsors? Like, I guess sponsors got to be factored in that too from EA's side. Like, if people are are EA tournaments sponsored, Texas? Do you know?
I don't think so. I think they're all done. Well, they have like Elgato's, like, will donate like the capture cards, and then like you get like BenQ monitors that are there. So I don't think they're sponsored by like gaming or other providers like that. But they have people that give them like stuff, so it's a little bit different. So I think most of the money EA spending is coming out of their own pocket for the building and for flying the commentating team down. So it's kind of like EA's losing money on this, but EA's banking on, I don't know what they're banking. I guess they're just banking on more sales in the future, more interest in the program.
Yeah.
Maybe NFL team picking it up because it's more public domain now. I don't know.
FIFA has this EMLS thing going on where each or however many pro teams that are competing in the MLS, they have their own pro FIFA player. Maybe Madden's trying to go in a similar direction. I think NBA 2K tried something like that too.
Yeah. I know there was a big controversy about NBA 2K and their NBA 2K league and it getting rigged for certain players. So that was a big controversy because they said, like, with their league, only a certain number of players got in and they got drafted and stuff. And so there's a huge big thing about favoritism shown there versus just like how good you are on the stick. So, but yeah, so you are right. There are leagues starting up. So I guess if the NFL gets into it and expands Madden competitive that way, that'll be bigger if the NFL starts advertising it, right? I guess that's kind of what their move is towards Texas.
I would assume so. Like if it's only to benefit the competitive players, that's not good because that's the only person kind of benefiting from this right now. The people that are seriously hardcore about Madden. You would hope that it will trickle down to other things of what happens if the competitive scene gets big, and then people go to, okay, I want to do that. Then maybe YouTubers start getting more views on videos, and then that'll trickle down to more people watching, and it just adds to that. But I think right now, the only thing it's benefiting is just the competitive players, and then they're hoping that in the next 5 years, probably like a 5-year plan, that it's going to get picked up by these NFL franchises, and there'll be the one competitive player for each franchise, and then they'll do stuff like that with the NFL backing, so they don't got to worry about funding everything.
Yeah, it is interesting that like EA's basically had to shoulder this whole thing and push it along. Where like, you know what I said? I just thought about this. EA. So when I said competitive Madden died in like 2011, that's right when YouTubers started to take off and really grow a huge base and built their following on their own. So it's like the more casual, the more the YouTubers really did it on their own without any backing from EA, except for just EA not like shutting down their channels. For, I don't know, showing exploits or something. So YouTubers built it on their own, but it seems like competitive Madden wasn't able to survive on its own. It died out and went underground. So it's interesting, like the two paths, and EA's kind of trying to really push competitive when it's been shown in the past that competitive hasn't worked, but like more casual gaming has. What do you think about that, Bengal?
I'm right there on board with you. I think that you hit the nail right on the head, honestly.
Okay. All right, Texas, any final thoughts on competitive Madden? We're going to move on to competitive MLB in a second.
Nothing right now.
Okay.
I'll probably bring it back up when I get over to competitive MLB.
Yeah, so let's since we moved on to that, I got some other things on MUT too being dead in a second, but going on to competitive MLB. So like I see a lot of posts on the subreddit. It's the MLB subreddit I've been reading quite a bit, and there's been people complaining about how MLB is a trash game and it's not competitive at all because it's random, and basically, I mean, that's 100% correct. Like, I think MLB, the show, would be a terrible competitive game. We complain about randomness in Madden. MLB's, like, I'd say take that up to 11. It's like, just because if you could center up a ball and say you smack the shit out of it with the best player you have, you can line it right at a fielder, and so like you can absolutely do that all game. All 27 outs can be lineouts, and then your other guy can like make like barely any contact. He can bloop one over, get a couple Texas leaguers, and then basically he can score a run or two off that, and then beat you a couple runs to 0. So MLB, what do you guys think? Does the randomness of MLB make it a trash game, Bengal?
It doesn't make it a trash game, but look at real baseball. I mean, it happens. If you're going to have a game, I would rather have it be closer to a real life experience than, like a real simulation where if you hit it in this spot, this exact result's going to happen every single time. And it's just not realistic. The same way in FIFA, you could say it's a terrible competitive game, but like you're going to hit the ball differently off the foot. You can't control it sometimes. I mean, it is what it is. You can't make it, so good. There should be a skill gap, but I'm not sure what they can do other than what they've done. I know I'm kind of all over the place on that, but it's baseball.
Sense. Yeah. No, it makes complete sense. It's hard to like conceptualize. Like it's people want the
not a shooter.
Yeah, the competitors want it to be more deterministic. Want it to be more if this then that. If I do this, then I do that. And that's not baseball. Like it's such a random sport, like you say. And to turn a game with that randomness, the ball off the bat, into a competitive one, it's kind of like you're no longer doing baseball, right, Bengal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy who played baseball year round, basically my entire life, and I can't tell you the amount of times I felt the best contact ever and lined out. But and then sometimes depending on where you're playing, you'll hit it worse and get the ball over the fence. But that's baseball. There's nothing you can do. It happens. Sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's randomness. You're hitting a ball off of a bat. Like you can't control. How accurate can you be?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
And then it's the same thing. Then you go over when you take it over from baseball randomness to MUT randomness, and basically making the game what it is on the field in real life. Like we constantly come back to the aggressive catch and down the field passing. Like if you threw it up to Odell Beckham in Madden 16 or any card Madden 16, they had a good chance at coming down with it, like a 20% chance at specking over your guy, and there's something you could do to stop it.
Sometimes that happens though in real life.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? They can't. He threw it up. You can't catch it any time ever. It's not real. It's not real.
Yeah. I think a lot of people agree with you on that, but the competitive players and the ones that want a more deterministic game hate deep passing because they like staying in their cover 2, cover 3 blitzes, and then because a 1-on-1 should be able to be caught over. If you're going to blitz or if you're going to play underneath coverage and everything, the deep pass should be there, in my opinion. But it's not. So it's kind of like transforming a real game on the field into more of more video game-ish and more competitive, and that's fine if that's the way they want to go. But the big argument is that better for the game? What would you say, Bengal? Is the competitive move for Madden a good move?
I think that, just my opinion, because I'm not a competitive player, and I think you're better served to answer this question because you're more of a competitive player to any of us.
I'm not much of a competitive player, though.
Yeah, but you play at a higher level than both of us, I would say. And maybe that's disrespectful to Texas, but you certainly play at a higher level than I do. And again, that's not saying too much, but I think you got to stop catering so much to the minority in the community and say, how do we make the game better for the most people playing it? And I understand how people could say, well, too random, whatever. I think cater to the masses, and that will work best for you. That's going to sell more copies. It will make you more money in the long run if you can get everyone playing the game, opposed to just, okay, here's the small community that plays it. Maybe this is better for us in the long run. Getting it on TV or whatever. I think way too much focus on the competitive aspect. And my opinion, whatever, but it's not going to change.
Yeah, I got you. Texas, what are your thoughts on those? What are your thoughts on that? Should they focus on competitive or more casual and all that?
It's weird because I feel like they should just focus more on MUT because that's the more hardcore fan, since that's the one that actually makes them money and keeps them employed.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they should focus on. I guess it's the more hardcore. I think the competitive guys and then the casual people should be kind of second nature or be secondary to them, since they're not the one that's their cash cow. Take care of the people who are taking care of you. And that's kind of what I would think they would do. So focus on the hardcore fans before they focus on casual and focus on the competitive players.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to really focus on casual. I'm right there with you with focus on, I'm thinking about Ultimate Team here. But I'm saying, because, franchise people are going to fuck around a franchise, whatever they do. But for Ultimate Team, I'm saying there are two different sets of people. There's the minority in competitive, and then there's the majority in opening packs, getting their teams better, having fun on the game. I'm right there with you on that.
And you said the game's no longer fun. I mean, it really ties into that. You're more of a casual. You're more of an opening pack, constructing the team. And this is a very highly upvoted post on the subreddit. It seems like a lot of people agree. It's fun to construct your team. It's fun to find the players that fit your scheme. But then you take it to the field and you don't have fun because it's the same stuff over and over, right? The guys are going to react. They're going to glitch out on C routes. The gameplay. You're going to face a lot of stretches. You're going to face a lot of tosses and the tight slot stuff, the gun bunch with the playmaker. So once you get to the field, it's like, it's fun to try them out, but in the end, it's like, oh, it's this game again, huh?
Exactly. I love building the team. I love it. That's why I started rebuilds and stuff, because I love making teams, but I can't deal with the gameplay. And it's not even just because it's too glitchy or bad for me. I don't want to play a game where I watch a guy run the same play 40 times in a row and my dumbass can't stop it because I don't care enough to. You run the ball, stretch again. I run commit to that side and he just fucking cuts it back or runs through it anyway because the play's broken. Excuse my language, I'm kind of going off here, but yeah, I can't deal with the gameplay. I'm right there.
Yeah. So you think the gameplay lets down MUT more than MUT lets down the gameplay?
At least for me.
Yeah, Texas.
But I think MUT's gone downhill as well.
Yeah, so you think they've both kind of. It's interesting. So do you think gameplay now is worse than gameplay 4 years ago in say Madden 25?
Honestly, probably not, but it certainly feels that way.
Okay, Texas, what do you think about that same question?
Which one? MUT?
The gameplay now versus gameplay in 25.
Gotcha. Okay. I like the gameplay now. I just don't like how they're not doing a good job of taking out overpowered plays. I don't like going against stretch every game. I feel like with Fortnite, for example, we bring this up every single week. If the double pump's overpowered, they patch it. Stretch overpowered, no Mad does nothing. They'll just say, "Hey, it's broken," so just be wary of it. And so I kind of think that the question that MUT's fine. The gameplay lets down MUT because even though you can get a good card, he may not perform up to your standards because of the gameplay. Like the Dick Lane's amazing until you go up against a guy running pitch, and then his guy who's pitching to him, guy that's pinning him is Deshaun Jackson, and like that shouldn't happen in any circumstance, but with the ratings that he has, but the game just so happens to not play as well as it should. So I think the gameplay is letting down MUT because MUT's fine. It could be a lot better, but MUT, the cards and the stuff they're putting out is fine. So it just sucks that when you get these cards in the game, they don't do exactly what you thought they were going to do. I know a lot of people are like, I bought this card for this specific reason and nothing happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's kind of how it works because you can get a card with 99 zone, he's still going to get broke off on C routes.
Yeah, it feels like the gameplay. I personally enjoy the gameplay now. I think it's better than it was years ago because years ago, if we played in the environment we play in right now on those old games, that we would absolutely hate those games in the gameplay. Like the amount of glitches that were in the old games, like they're stamping out glitches every year, like Hail Mary glitch and all the stuff, and there's still more that pop up. Like those old games were glitched to hell, and so I think the gameplay was worse in those old years. I think gameplay is better now than ever. It's just we are so knowledgeable as an entire community. We know those glitches. We know those overpower plays much more now than we did back then because our information spreads a lot quicker. The game's more focused around that kind of stuff, winning in weekend league. So we need to know, and we a lot of people have that knowledge of stretch and pitch and being very good. So they just have to patch that. So they have to make those defensive ends play that force defender. They have to be able to tell them, okay, on a stretch or a pitch, you keep going outside, you try and turn them back inside to the strength of your defense, instead of getting hooked so easily, like you're fucking I don't know, a Disney film and Tinkerbell's there getting hooked or something. So that made no sense at all. But I was trying to make a nice Peter Pan joke.
We got it. We understood it.
So you got Tinkerbell as your defensive end. But so MUT, I feel, can be better. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes the gameplay lets down MUT, and that's how I'd answer that too. So Bengal next year into 19, what do you think they can do? Let's talk about MUT specifically. What can they do in MUT to keep you interested in the game mode and interested in longer?
New programs often, and not necessarily maybe even new programs, but if you were to release a flashback set every single week instead of waiting a couple months to get new flashbacks, there's no reason for it. I think the more content, the better for me. I just like new cards to try out and run with on my team. And when they don't do that and the gameplay is bad, it's just, how are you going to get me playing the mode?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you okay with more bugs if they put out more cards? Like, people...
How many bugs can there be for cards, though?
Like, people really make fun of EA when they put out wrong card art.
That's unbelievable. I don't know how they do that. It's very stupid.
Well, are you willing to accept more wrong card art before they patch it and for more cards?
Yeah, like when they use a wrong Brandon Marshall.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can do. Like, it takes a second to check. Get someone who knows. Hey, is this Tom Brady? Oh no, that's Michael Vick. It's like, what are you doing? Like, they don't even look close.
Yeah, but when you're releasing, I don't know, let's say 50 cards a week, I guess that it's not that tough, right? But like,
EA has on staff like 9,000 people. I looked it up last night, and maybe that's not explicitly for Madden. I know it's not.
Not even close. Yeah.
I know it's like I think a couple hundred or so.
I think it's like barely just over 100. From the picture that I saw of the Madden staff.
Get a few people to look.
Yeah.
Just a few. Somebody's got to know. Maybe Swami down there is going to change things.
Is Swami going to be doing, not to transition off of, we'll circle back. Is Swami, so your Cover 2 podcast, I'll give a background on it. You guys talked NFL football, and basically it's dead because EA stole Swami from you. He was a franchise guy, been going at it for a long time. Is he going to be doing franchise down at EA?
Yes and no.
What?
I can't get into specifics of exactly what he's doing.
Why? It's not like he's working for the CIA.
No, yeah, but like I'm gonna respect him on this one because he was vague with me, and he's like, I can't really get into specifics right now, like in public. But he's what do I say? Like, he told me his exact title. I don't remember what it is. He's working on a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is the way the game functions, like coverages and whatnot. I think he's gonna be working on like how plays are supposed to actually function, what players are supposed to do. I think he is doing franchise. He's not doing MUT. I just made it for the joke there. But I don't think he's going to touch Ultimate Team at all in that capacity.
Okay.
And it's a 1-year contract.
Oh, so he's a contractor.
No. But it's like for contractors, they have like 3-month deals or such like that. But he has a 1-year contract for his job. But he's not a contractor. He's full-time employee.
Oh, but they only have a 1-year contract. Isn't that like the definition of a contractor?
The way contractor's been used, I know it seems like contractor, but like for any job, it's like a contract extension. You wouldn't call like Tom Brady a contractor for the Patriots, even though he has a contract with the team.
I guess I don't know enough about the NFL labor rules because I actually don't know.
That was just an example. I know he has a 1-year deal, if you will, down there, but he's not a contract. Like Mole, for example, was a contractor.
Yeah,
he had a like. Here you are for the certain amount of time, and when your contract is up, you're done until you come back later for the next year, even though it's like a 3-year contract, but he's a contractor during a certain amount of time. I think Swami's year-round, and that's the difference there. He has like an actual title, but they've only offered him 1 year.
Okay. All right, well, that makes sense. Because, I know Mole just
Maybe I'm not
over.
explaining it well.
No. Mole just switched over. I was Googling the NFL contractors. Mole just switched over to a full-time job too.
Yes.
Nice. Good for him. But that was a little while ago. So, oh shit. So we just saw the new Lawrence Taylor. Somebody just tweeted me, or the Madden Ultimate Team. There's a new chemistry called O. What the hell is O? O chemistry.
I saw that as well.
I don't even
guess,
know.
By the way. What a guess.
I don't even know.
Secure tackler and oh my.
It's funny because we had Jake on the podcast. He's talking about how they got to do better about balancing the abilities that are not stacked so heavily for one side, and then we get O. So I wonder if this is going to be something with like, I don't know. We'll figure. Well, we'll know, but by the time this goes up, but we don't know now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll say that Lawrence Taylor looks pretty good. Anyways, all right. So moving on. So
that Lawrence Taylor is just as fast as the freaking 97 overall wide receiver in Madden. It's crazy.
Yeah, amazing with the 92 speed. So let's talk about. I want to compare and contrast MLB versus MUT, the game modes. What do you think Bengal MLB does well that could be potentially brought over to MUT, or should because I hate MLB the most because all of the rewards are NAT. You can't sell them. That's the biggest bullshit in my mind.
Fair.
What do you think MUT can learn from MLB The Show?
Get people to have fun playing the game, which is get them completing objectives with specific cards the way MLB does. So you can have a design team for the sheer purpose of getting other players through using those specific set of players. And I know that sounds somewhat convoluted, but let's say you could have a lineup full of 9 players and you have a different mission with each one of those guys to complete a different objective in order to achieve one big goal. Instead of buy 4 players, put them in the set, you get the main guy.
Okay. I mean, they've done that for like what 2 cards this year, right? Sean Taylor and Night Train Lane, right? Texas.
Those are different though. They're not explicit. It's just get a ridiculous amount of total stats.
Well, the Sean Taylor had one
true.
for
That's
the
true.
objectives.
Yeah, that's true.
Where he had to get like deflections, had to match his career stats for extra coins.
Right.
I think part of it is like you got to do it with a specific player. That makes it fun.
Yeah, we had it one time this year. I guess they're dabbling in that technology. We had it
once.
once.
Madden is very aware of MLB and the way they do things.
So they can definitely do that. I just don't want them to get crazy because like with Madden, I don't like it'd be easy to match a lot of these person's career stat outside of probably defensive players maybe like defensive linemen trying to get sacks and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of cool, but I don't know how that program would go if we just have to play with like bronze cards to get the silver, get the gold, to get to the elite. So I don't know how.
I don't know that it would work well in Madden. I think it works well in MLB because it is MLB.
Yeah, and you are good. Those players are hard, and it's hard in that mode. Like it's challenging. Like I'm still trying to get like this stuff with Salt Telemakia. I'm never gonna get it. Because that damn home run's gonna
you got a power swing.
I do. We just
you play. Where do you play?
Marlins, Miami.
Play at Coors or Polo.
Hey,
I got you.
I was actually looking at stadium thing earlier today. What's that one minor league stadium? Let me look up for the name of it. But it's actually got a decent elevation and actually a small park. Shoot.
I can find out for you right now.
Yeah, that one looks like the best one to do.
Ooh, I just got kicked off the servers. Fun.
Yeah, the servers are down earlier. I saw on Twitter. But so back to that though, if MUT were to implement that, I wonder how that would go, because they do a lot of things that they don't want to mess up people's user experience and all that. So I would assume more people play MUT than MLB The Show, because it's only on one console.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so if they were to add stat tracking of that level to the game, because you can check everything in MLB The Show, from like your batting average for that person to your pitcher, like all that. You can be so specific. So if MUT were to do that, how would that affect us? I mean, it shouldn't affect us, because we're in 2018 and we should have next gen consoles. Like, we should be able to look at all this stuff without having anything lag. But it's one of the main reasons why the binder is at the limit it is, because 1700 allows them not to have like server breakage and affect people's playing experience.
Yeah. So you think it's going to be a server issue? I don't know. Jake was kind of receptive to the whole stat tracking thing though, Texas.
But they've been receptive for that for like 4 years. We just haven't got it yet. We got it a couple times with like the we got now with the objective tracking list, but we haven't got individual ones in a minute. And they've been talking about adding that for like since I've been doing YouTube.
True. Yeah. So it's between like what they want to do and what they are doing. You're right.
Yeah, what they can do.
Yeah.
It's what they want. It's what they want to do, what they can do, and what they are going to do.
Yeah. By the way, it's Ship It Stadium. Ship It Stadium looks like a really good stadium for you to do those home runs and stuff.
I think Coors and Polo for me were ideal, and Polo is the spot this year, because you can get doubles and home runs down the line easily, home runs to the gap. I think Polo really is just the best of both worlds.
Wait, so does MLB The Show track like elevation as well?
Yes, so, it affects how fast the ball is hit.
Because Madden, does Madden do that, Fox? You kick field goals further in Denver and Madden than you do in?
You're the field goal expert. I think you can. I think they do something like that.
If they did, that'd be amazing. That'd be like a kind of little small Easter egg, but I doubt it. I gotta try to practice in Denver with that win then to see if that'll.
Let me ask you this, how do you see elevation on the game? Because they had it last year just showing. Did you see that in Reddit or something?
Here, I'll send you a. I saw a link on Reddit. I'll put it in the. There it is.
Chat. All right.
There, I put it in the Skype. So, anyways, hey, talking about that, I got a tweet here just a couple minutes ago, asking, hey, would you consider doing MLB The Show podcast this year? So, what's the deal with that? Bengal, are you moving on to another podcast or Texas, or what's the deal here with MLB The Show? You guys thinking more podcast or what?
See,
I haven't considered it at all.
If I actually watch baseball, I would be down for that, because you can do a lot of information there. My buddy Brandon, he's going to be my baseball expert this year. He watches all the games. He's going to tell me what players I need to invest in and flip and all that stuff. So you could have a long form podcast talking about baseball and MLB The Show if you actually like baseball. But I feel like the people who like baseball, who play baseball, are on total different age groups. Like, you got people who watch baseball like 80 years old. The people who actually play the game are like 25, and younger. So I don't think it's actually gonna be a weird demographic that you'll get listening.
Yeah,
I'm going for the 80-year-old demographic for sure.
I'm definitely down for the lemon party with you, Bengal. Yeah, let's do it.
Sick.
Yeah. What? So you hadn't thought about it, Bengal? What do you think? Podcast or what? MLB?
I hadn't considered it at all.
Yeah, I literally.
You had a good group of guys that you talked to. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bengal.
Healy.
Yeah,
Draftnik Mark Wheels.
That'd be good. We can chat.
We already have something that we kind of thought about, but it really isn't MLB The Show at all. So if someone else wants to do that, hats off to them.
Is it a football podcast? Like
actual sports? No. Healy, Mark, and Wheels. Nah.
Y'all watch college football? I mean, I got dismissed.
Wheels, big college football guy. Yeah.
College quarterback prospect in the world.
Who said that? Yeah, I don't know. What is that opinion?
What is?
He plays in an air raid system, and he's not even particularly good.
So did what's his face, and he got drafted high, and he's gonna be a quarterback.
Mahomes was good though.
Okay, so did the other guy.
And he's not though.
Okay, we'll find out. I don't like evaluating quarterbacks because we never know until we actually know.
I think quarterbacks are the toughest
Manziel over
position.
Teddy Bridgewater. We saw what happened there.
That was ridiculous. I don't know who said that.
What are you talking? You don't know who said that? Somebody said Blaine Gabbert over Cam Newton. We saw what happened there. I don't like evaluating.
Yeah, these are horrific takes.
These are people who are untrusted on television. And
They shouldn't be. Colin Cowherd just says
Mayock.
whatever, and he's on television.
Well, he's not a draft expert. I'm talking like Mike Mayock.
Yeah,
that
but
guy.
he thinks he is. He tries to be.
He tries to be expert at everything.
That's why people who make mock drafts who don't watch tape or college football bother me.
You also might be right, though, at the same damn time, because you never know what's going to happen. I see people who win the NCAA bracket challenge who against their friends who don't watch college basketball and just guess.
Yeah, no, I know you can be accurate in guessing, and I think making a good mock draft doesn't mean it's exactly what happens, because there are trades, there are surprises. Yeah. But I think making a good mock draft is evaluating the talent and seeing how they fit into the specific team. But teams always change it up.
That's true.
A lot of it is smoke screens and whatnot.
And bad analysis on television that gets you excited about nothing.
Yeah.
You know what your boy Chris Canty said?
Am I a big Chris Canty guy?
You know what he said about the Giants draft?
What did he say?
He said that I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants trade down, but I also would be surprised if the Giants trade up.
Giants are not trading up to 1. That's ridiculous.
That's the most dumb. That's the most useless comment ever.
That's like, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I used to play football. Someone kind of wants my opinion. What do I say? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they trade up or down or even stay in their drafting spot. It's like, thanks for that non-answer. You can't be all of them. What do the Giants do? Yeah, everything that they could. That's my answer.
And those guys make the big bucks. He has a radio show in New York, too, so...
Because he's an ex-football player.
Yeah, ex-football player. He
played for the Giants.
He had his hand in the dirt, so he knows what he's talking about. Shit's crazy. I wish I was an ex-football player. Easy money.
Was he on the Colts at one point? Oh, let me look this up.
Probably so.
Nope. Giants, Ravens, Cowboys. Cowboys were the third team.
They gave John Fox a job at ESPN because he coached, and he's not a good coach at all.
Yeah, poor.
And these are the guys that people trust.
So this is a pretty good MUT podcast.
We mentioned it a few times.
Yeah, it's been like at least a quarter of this. Anyways, I guess with Barry Sanders and Rod Woodson coming out this past weekend, Tex, is that kind of like they're like, hey, let's throw 2 of our best players at the people because we don't have any promos? Was that kind of what it is? Is that a smart strategy for him?
It would. See, like I agree, it's a smart strategy. I just wasn't excited because Barry has all these 98s, so only 2 matter. 3 maybe. Yeah, speed, agility, and looseness.
You don't think juking or a spin matter?
Not at that tier. You got top tier threshold, you're good. Like, I understand you have percentages that you're like 99 is a better percentage than 91, so that you may hit it more often. But if Madden is not sophisticated enough to code +1s over juking, I don't think they're sophisticated enough to code that into the game that 99 jukes could give you a better juke percentage than 91. I can't trust them on that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I can't do a +1 increase, but y'all got this one on lock? Nah, I can't believe that for 1 second. So, the best, I understand they're trying to combat with MLB. People were saying pack odds were juiced last week. I think that was when it was like super crazy. When like MLB The Show first launched, like that. I pulled Andre Reed twice. Vic pulled Joe Thomas. I've seen guys out here pulling 95s, like all willy nilly. So, I think giving us crazy high tier cards and plus better pack odds seems to be their counter to anything that's coming out that's threatening their tower of reign.
That's fair enough. Hey, Bengal, what do you think of pack odds this year?
On the show?
No, it seems like every limited gets pulled a ridiculous amount, but I don't. Oh, in the show you say?
No, I was talking about what?
Yeah, exactly.
I was making a joke. Yeah, I was like, we talking about MLB now?
I can't. I've opened a lot of packs this year.
Yeah.
I feel like my luck in general has been decent. But, you know, in those packs where you're pretty much guaranteed something good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak on it. I don't want to say something that's weird.
But that's what we have you on here, is to talk weird. We just like getting weird with you, Bengal.
I think that pack odds unlimiteds are too high.
Really?
Think they're pulled too often.
That's a hot take.
The whole point of a limited is to keep them rare. And when they're the lowest card out of the 3 that are released, I think that's a little bit strange.
It's funny because it depends on the card. That's where the price gets lower. And they always rebound too, which is really crazy. So like with Munoz, he was super cheap and the price jumped all the way back up. So they seem to get pulled a lot, but the prices end up being more expensive than the cards that are normally in packs. Because, again, they're limited amounts, so you can invest in them. So even though they're pulled a lot, They're not as pulled as much as we think because the price is not as cheap as they were that weekend. But I do agree with you that the cards are kind of pulled a little bit too off because like the Randy Moss is still going for like the 95 Randy is going for more than the 97 or 98. What's that boy's name that came out? Richard Dent?
Yeah, but that's Randy Moss versus Dent. Like that's the stats speaking though. Like so I'm fine with the sets being more expensive than the limited because the limiteds have been the worst cards that have come out. The Dent
Lanier and
Dent versus Sanders versus Woodson. The two sets are way better than the Dent. Mm-hmm. So I'm fine with the sets being the better of the cards because then we can their prices will keep lowering. But man, that's a real hot take. I like that. I like that Bengal. I'm glad we brought you on for that take. I can completely disagree with that. I'm a fan of the I'm a fan of the high limited time pull. It just brings more excitement to packs to actually pull something legitimate out of packs. And I don't care.
The whole point that makes a limited good is its rarity.
Yeah, but I don't care if out of the pack, like if I pull a limited time card, the difference between a limited time card at 700,000 coins that I just pulled out of a pack and the enjoyment that limited time card was 1.2 million. It is so small, the difference in enjoyment.
That's fair. That's fair. I haven't played the game enough. All right.
No, it's
recently.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to really give you an accurate statement of how I feel. That's why I was a little bit wary.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So moving on. Let's just talk briefly about the NFL replays. Texas, has it been kind of a lost promo? Has the NFL replays been a terrible promo ever since we got Vaughn and Rodgers that 1 week?
No, I think it was just. I feel like a lot of these cards could have been given to us in a different format. So I don't think it's a lost promo because it still gives us players that weren't probably going to get cards for a long time. Obviously, we have not gotten really any good players. But, I mean, Kelechi's not terrible. The left tackle was a good addition for people's teams. It is cool to see a lot of the other cards that, like, if you're doing theme teams, now you can actually pick players up. It's just not all these players suck. So that's the only thing that sucks about this entire promo. I don't think it's lost. I just think that because ratings are done differently, you really can't compete with the majority of the players that they drop, which has been a theme for Madden this entire year.
Yeah, I think the replays promo has kind of just been another one that I've just ignored because the cards are so bad. Ever since the Rodgers, I mean, I've maybe played with a couple cards. I think it's unfortunate that they're kind of like low-end, top-end cards, if that makes sense. They're not like they're not very spectacular. They kind of every week I just get bored with the names that they come out with. All right, moving on.
If you powered players up, man, you'd be excited. Like I'm excited about that Sean Lee.
Hell no.
Sean Lee 90.
He's got like 80,
Sean Lee, bro?
87 speed. Are you kidding me?
88 speed if you power him up.
This is fun.
Yeah. Whatever. That's 88 speed. Lol, have fun. Not even secure tackler on him. Hey, so let's move on.
That is true. That is useless. He's hot hands.
Ultimate Master Night Train Lane came out this week. I got him a day early. Put out a video today. I'm excited to use him on stream tonight. Texas, in your grind for Ultimate Master Night Train Lane, you think head-to-head seasons plays different than weekend league and weekend league qualification?
Oh yeah, definitely. And weekend league qualification, weekend league, and then draft champion. So I don't know what is going on. Like maybe I was just unlucky the last 2 games I played. I'm not a bad player. I'm not a good player. I'm just an average player. I don't run any cheats. Everybody gets mad at me. You only run cover 3 because I play kind of how football should be played. I'll switch up my coverage if you can beat it. And if a guy comes out here and starts exploiting it, and he beat it, I'm not going to change it up. It's my fault that the game's broken and cover 3 should be fine the way I'm running it. But and so with weekend league, I was playing through qualifications, and that was just fun because I was playing against guys that weren't out here just cheesing. Now that I qualified on accident, I got to go play head-to-head. And I played a game where this is how the first, 5 minutes started, right? I fumbled the ball on my second run. He gets the ball, throws to his receiver. His receiver fumbles the ball. It's off a big hit, which is cool. It's even. And then I throw the ball to my receiver who doesn't make the catch. You know those animations you get where you catch the ball, but then, you keep running? And usually in the NFL, if a guy hits you low and the ball pops out, it's just a drop. I end up fumbling the ball right there when it should be a drop. So whatever. He then gets the ball back. I strip him, and then when I go to throw a touchdown pass or an open pass, my receiver drops the ball into his safety's hand. And that's how that first game went. And then the second game, nobody fumbled the ball. And it just wasn't as consistent as a weekend league would be, where certain things you can kind of predict what's going to happen with this certain outcome. So I was just, it seems like a lot of these modes, which they say is not, since competitive has been the universal thing for across all boards, but it seems like a lot of these modes play much differently than they claim.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I could see what you're saying, because, I mean, a lot of the, between weekend league qualifiers and head-to-head seasons, I don't know if they play differently, but definitely the other modes play differently, and we've talked about that before, but interesting you have experience. Let us know in the comments if you have any experience with, do you think the two modes play differently? I would say head-to-head seasons, I play more like really like sweaty games in head-to-head seasons now than I do in weekend league, it feels like. At least like, because I generally don't play past 15 games has kind of been my max since the first time I finished. 15 wins has been my max since I finished the 2 weekend leagues early in the season. So I bet you after that it's essentially all Madden first head-to-head. But all seasons, there's some real sweaty ones. I'm constantly
every game's a sweaty. I played 3 today. I'm like, why? It's this thing about, because like weekend league, I know what my opponent's doing, and I can stop it. But head to head, it's just my team doesn't play as well. Like I got a clip that I should have recorded actually. Kuechly was in position to pick the ball off. You know what he did? He just stood there, not facing the ball, and then waited for the ball to get tipped to him to catch it. I'm like,
he knew it was gonna happen, right?
Oh, I know. It's like a predetermined animation like that. I didn't have no control of. He didn't turn around. But like, I know what's going on here. So obviously, I'm pretty sure Kuechly is not just doing that just based off of him not facing the ball. Because we seen 91 zone guys react with the ball being thrown like without facing the ball. You just react automatically. So it's just something different about how each mode plays. And I don't play head-to-head a lot. Like I probably have like 15 games actually played in head-to-head seasons. Because there's one point where I was going in and just quitting out of head-to-head. I was like a negative 15 win streak. I wasn't trying. I was just going in there, dicking around and quitting. And so I probably have actually like 15 games. I mean, I'm only in pro first, and I'm over here playing like super tough games. But like, why? I'm in pro.
Yeah, because they just match you up whoever the hell they want to. But yeah, anyways, it's with the ELO system. Do you think ELO matchup was a bust this year? Should you go back to like just matching up by level? Texas?
I don't think it was. I don't think it's a buzz for like weekend league, I guess, sort of, because you want to play that. But I feel like the weekend league qualification shouldn't be where casuals go to play if they want to have fun playing Madden. It's kind of not fair that there's only one mode that you can play with your ultimate team where you're not going to get matched up with a guy that has a God Squad and who might be like really good, which is weekend league qualification. So I feel like the ELO should just be based on certain modes. See, that's another thing where the competitive players come into the game and infect it and make it worse for us.
Yeah, I think we get this feedback to Jake that there needs to be casual mode next year. So hopefully they put in a casual mode so that way we don't have to like race to see who can quit out first on the third game of weekend league qualification. Because I recently lost that race on stream and that was disappointing, but
heartbreaking.
I know everybody LOL'd at me and I felt bad. But anyways, hey Bengal, our last topic. Give us a wish list for Madden 19. What do you want to see in the next year's game? And it doesn't have to be MUT.
Then I'm going to start with MUT, and I'm going to say more content.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to be specific. That could, fall under a number of different categories. I'm going to say for franchise, I want the mode to be better in the off season because I work on that a lot. I want there to be maybe a changed progression system. I think the points is cool, but I also think, if they meet certain attribute or certain stat lines, I should say, for like, maybe they get 1,000 yards in a season. Maybe the computer upgrades a certain part of them as a bonus on. I think that'd be kind of neat. I want customizable draft classes. I want maybe mock drafts before the draft. I think that'd be kind of cool. So, these guys might take this guy. I should probably trade up if I want him or something like that. I don't know. I think those are 3 good things. Maybe a list of impending free agents.
Okay.
That'd be cool. So, also.
Like with Rex, are you optimistic for franchise next year? This is something we should have talked about much more on the podcast. Is the franchise mode? I'd
be happy to come on in the following next couple of weeks, and I mean next week and the week after that and the week after that. I want to be the third MUT lady boy.
So because you got broken up with, you're now gonna start experimenting. Now you're going 2 guys at a time instead of 1.
Well, it wouldn't be my first time, but yes, I'm down to make it a regular thing.
Okay.
He had to get the bills paid between his tennis and his ping pong career.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tennis is over. I was under bridges for a while and doing Lord knows what.
Yeah. You and Frank Reynolds. Yeah. But so like with franchise, God, I really should have brought this up earlier. I want to discuss franchise more with you. But we'll hit it here a little bit at the end. Like, do you believe Rex when he says it's going to be a major focus of ours this next year?
The year of the user. Oh, wait. Is that this year?
So I take it by that that tongue-in-cheek
With a grain of
response.
salt.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, the thing is, like, you don't think this has been the year of the user, I take it. That's such a weird...
Correct.
It's hard to quantify that, isn't it?
What's changed? I feel like if anything, they've made it not the year of the user. I feel like my user was way better last year, and I haven't changed. I'm
That's true.
the same fella.
I mean,
I feel like if anything, it's harder.
yeah,
Or
It
something.
is
I
kind of
don't
funny
know.
though, because they're like, we're gonna change the way you can hold Y the entire time going for picks, but you're the user.
well, I mean, you're the user. You don't want the you're the user means you're gonna make the game harder. Like, right? Didn't they make the game harder?
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I feel
But
like
is
I'm in
it harder,
position
though?
sometimes for interceptions, and they just don't give it to me, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like the game's harder. I feel like if you just run pitch, stretch, and
Yeah.
then playmaker with a playmaker guy, you're
Or
winning
how
the game.
about this? The year of the user. You user the entire run perfectly, and you get spun out. How does that work?
That was the game.
You weren't strafing.
Yeah.
You weren't strafing though.
Pre
Always
July,
strafe.
pre January. Sorry, you're right. Yeah. That was
I'm not
essentially-
allowed to hit stick in the game. I'm not allowed. Doesn't work.
Unless you got secure tackling, then you can hit stick. Because even now,
Yeah.
tackling still gets broke off occasionally.
I ain't know much about that, dog.
franchise guy and whatnot. Anyways,
I wonder how franchise must feel without having secure tackle. I would love to have a secure tackler over there in that mode. Because I
I don't even play
I'd be
the
having
games.
Keekly out there, and he'd be out here just not tackling.
You guys know that? I don't play the games.
Oh, you know this? We know.
so
I'm a,
I saw
I
you
play
hop
around
in one
the
game
menus.
before because you're in the Super Bowl and you end up costing your team the championship, which is hilarious.
Can't worry about it. Can't worry about it.
You sim the entire season, perfect season, get a Super Bowl, play it, and then lose.
Can't worry about it. Can't worry about it.
yeah, no regrets in life. That's Bengal's motto, right?
I'd like to see a clip of whenever that happened, because
It was last year. I think you were
sure.
I will go back and find it.
Sure.
I will link this. I will come to your stream and copy in your Discord and be like, "Yo, remember this game right here? You built a good team, and then you simmed out, and then you went to that super sim and end the game, and then you said, I'm gonna play, and then you lost.
You can't worry about it. Can't worry about it.
So
Get that on shirts. Can't worry
So
about it.
with franchise, so you want them to kind of be like, have you ever played out of the park baseball, Bengal?
I have heard about it. I'm gonna get a code, maybe.
Okay. I mean, do you want franchise to be that in depth, just like crazy in depth for football too? Like, or are you fine with kind of being?
Ideally, here's the thing. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to that stuff, so I would like the option for it to be there. I understand that maybe the masses don't, but to me personally, and this does sound hypocritical based on what I said earlier about the competitive guys, but if you have a whatever base franchise settings, you can do everything that you'd want, maybe a few upgrades, but then you have an advanced so you can really control everything you want, see in-depth stats and whatever. I'd certainly like that. And the simulation is so bad.
Wait,
in franchise.
how's any of
I don't know
that
if you
to
knew
do
this.
with competitive though?
Well, I talked about earlier how I thought they shouldn't cater the minority, and now I'm asking them to cater to my minority.
I don't think that's a minority though. Like, I don't think having in-depth simulation, like Football Manager, which is soccer, and it's just literally no gameplay.
yes.
That's one of the that's like it sells over 1 million copies a year, and it's just.
Can I tell you a stat that I heard?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Less than 4% of franchises created on Madden get past the first offseason.
Well,
So they don't feel like they need to put any effort into it.
I've heard.
That's a.
I think Clint said that, right? Didn't Clint say that in an interview?
That's
a couple years
I
back?
heard this through a person.
Yeah, Clint said that in an interview. I think it was before Madden 17, and it's right. But I think that's a lot of that. Like, I've started up franchises and be like, no, never mind. I forgot to do this roster, and then I quit out. So that's kind of like, I don't know how
Happens,
much
for sure.
I take into
We
it.
could raise it to maybe 10%. I don't know. But
wanted
still,
to-
like that's
I wanted, yeah, 'cause
one
it
out of
sounds
every
like
10
one of those made-up
players.
Stats where it's not made up, obviously, but it's like one
They
of those
have
things
all
where
the-
they're not really factoring in all of that. where
True.
the data on their side says people are quitting. But I've done like 4 franchises where like I get into like Gutfox did. Oh, wrong roster. Did I download that? Okay, well,
time.
I picked the wrong team. Or, I left injuries on, so now I got to turn it off and start over. So I've done all that. So I wonder what the
Same.
number actually is of time spent in franchise as opposed to 3-4% people actually finishing it out. Because that's
Yeah, and then people just want to do a fantasy draft sometimes too. Do you know how devastated I was when they took out fantasy drafts in like Madden 06? Man,
I was. Well, they did it again in like Madden 15. They took them out.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, why? You know why? So they can repackage it as a new thing the next year.
we brought back fantasy drafts.
All new fantasy drafts.
That was
like,
that was 15, wasn't it? Oh my God, that devastated me. I remember that.
or when they took out customizable draft classes. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring it back and they're say all new customizable draft classes. Look at all the changes we've made to franchise.
Yeah, I put out a tweet saying Madden isn't innovative like Fortnite. They don't have these modes. Somebody's like, well, they just put in MUT squads and what is that? Sorry, the story mode, long shot. And they put in MUT squads and long shot. I'm like, MUT squads isn't innovative. You had that in the game 4 years ago. Stop that. Come on, that's not innovation.
Long shot might as well be superstar mode with cutscenes.
Yeah, and it's
But even you can do less. You got to follow it's a movie. I don't care.
yeah. So
I don't want to watch a movie of video game football, except for the fact that you go to Texas, hook 'em horns. That was written for me. I'll tell you that much. I still didn't play the game.
yeah, yeah. And what are you talking about? You were born in East Jersey.
Yes, East Jersey.
All right. Well, we'll see. I guess. Any other thoughts on franchise going into 19, Bengal?
Hopefully it revives my channel, man. That's all I'm hoping for.
What do you mean? Your channel's more live than ever. You just put out a video saying you got all positional programs done. You're going crazy, man. You're killing it with the MLB.
Why don't you tell me the views that got?
It's been out for 2 hours. Get off of it. Last year,
2 hours.
Last year, didn't you put out like a Pepe Alzar video on MLB and got like a million hits?
No. This video came out. I uploaded it at around 3. It's been out since it's 10 now. It has 1K views, 9 comments. It's popping.
Yeah. Well, soon you'll have 10. Comment.
I'm gonna comment right now.
Number
11.
10.
I left a like, but I didn't leave a comment. You didn't tell me to leave a comment below, so that's your fault.
Yeah, totally your fault.
How do you know?
I watched the video.
He even liked the video. It showed up on his timeline, Bengal.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
And plus you'll be putting out that. So you already got Vlad Guerrero in Diamond Dynasty.
The rumors are true.
So that's crazy, man.
Damn.
I'm a piece of shit. It is what it is.
How much did it cost?
1,300.
That's not bad.
I know.
Gutfox is thinking between $2,000 to $3,000 a day.
Well, see, that's what people who did it day one did. That I definitely cost that then, $2,000 to $3,000 day one. I waited on cards, got them for good prices.
That's a smart
I had to
thing.
bite the bullet on Trout though, which sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like a
only gonna go
$300
up,
some
though,
dollar
so.
card, right? Oh no, 200 something.
You do get stub bonuses when you go in, but I put in too much. I could have done it with like 1,100. But like people always say that's so much money. Like it is, but I'm making it back. I'm not worried about it. It's an investment in myself and in my channel, and it's an investment that paid off heavy last year. It's going to again.
That's something I should do then. I should ride your coattails with that. God dang. All right.
Still pretty early. You can still do it.
It is. Yeah, I won't.
If you transition, it's not even a transition. If you incorporate MLB and do the same thing in MLB that you do in Madden, why not?
Yeah.
Why not you? You know how easy it is to grow in the MLB community?
Is it?
I'll tell you some stuff off stream or off podcast, but
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take a. I want to get more into MLB. It's just my time is so goddamn limited. It sucks. But anyways, I guess that is it for the MUTMen podcast. Even though we talked about mostly other things today, but we gotta have. We went so hard last week. We had to have a nice casual sit down with Bengal. Give each other the bro jobs, hang out, and just chill. Any last words, Texas? Yeah, well, he'll do the outro. But do you have any last words?
you know what? I appreciate you guys having me on. I always have a pretty good time when I do it. And this is good guy Bengal. Who's that other guy?
Bengal. By the way, I just want to say, Bengal, you're one of my favorite Twitch streamers because just how just like absolute. What's the word I want to use to describe your streams? Is confrontational a good word?
I'm not confrontational. I know this sounds like I'm confrontational with you right now. These people come in with just saying the dumbest things, and I'm like the regular streamer might be like, "Oh, you're very dumb. Good for you." I'm like, "You're an idiot." I'll tell them. I'm not gonna, be like, "Oh, that's a very good point. The sky is blue." I'm like, I'll be like, "Yeah, no shit, it's blue." I'm not gonna hold anyone's hand. All right.
Yeah.
If you're in the stream, you should be a big boy or big girl at that point, to a certain extent. I don't need to babysit. It's not why I stream.
It is your stream, and that's completely up to you. That's your discretion.
Yeah, you have at least an established crowd, of memers in your stream, which is cool. But I get little kids that roll in, just are so stupid.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Since I've been hanging out in your stream a little bit more, I've gotten the Bengal to rub off on me a little bit in a non-sexual way. I've kind of gone your way with a little quicker on the trigger to time out or ban the Bengal.
Dude, some people are gonna come in being non-contributors, I'm like, I get a good read on it pretty quickly. It's like if you're gonna come in and say some stuff, you should have seen what somebody said in the chat. It was just 4 messages in a row. From him of just like being mad in the chat, and he threatened to shoot up a school. I'm like, all right, that's probably enough from you. Yeah, and then I got a message in the chat from a different account, presumably him, oh, he has anger issues. He's calm now. You can let him back. I'm like, no, I can't actually. He's gone forever.
Yeah, I've gotten that one before where people say that was my brother on my account screwing around. Definitely seen that.
Yeah, that was my dog. He has a mind of its own. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, that's good to get that kind of, like, especially like school shootings like that. You got to, even almost report him to Twitch.
Yeah, somebody did.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, Texas, it's yours.
All right, people. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of MUTMen Podcast. Again, not heavy on the MUT, but good on the content. And that's all that matters.
That's debatable.
Catch you guys in the next one.